Good morning, my stamping friends. It is Tammy Nelson with Stamp and Scrap with Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. It is Wednesday, October 27th. So if you're watching live, hello and welcome. I'm so happy that you're here with us. If you're watching the replay, welcome to you as well. So you might be watching the replay on Facebook or possibly over on YouTube. So either way, make sure to leave me a comment, say hello, make sure that you like and follow my page or channel, either place that you're watching, because I truly appreciate all of your support for my Stamp and Scrap business. So I just wanted to say hi here, but I'm going to get down to the work surface so we can get started making a card using the Turtle Friends bundle, as well as the Give It a Whirl dies. I had to think for a moment. This is the first time I used them and I'm pretty excited about them. So I'm excited to share them with you today as well. So let's get to it. So hello and welcome to all of you. Okay, we had a lot of fun yesterday creating with the Turtle Friends bundle. This was my October 2021 birthday club class. So every time I do one of these club classes, I seem to talk a little bit about them. So if you haven't yet hopped into a club class, it is a great time to do it. And you missed out on a good class if you missed yesterday. But we use the Turtle and Friends bundle. Club classes, we always feature one stamp set or bundle, kind of work with a very exclusive, I don't know if that's the right word, set of products to create our cards. Typically we do 4 cards, 2 of each. So it's really a great deal. And yesterday included in their kits, they got a blender brush, some dimensionals, and a full bolt of ribbon. So let me share with you the other cards and then we'll make one of them together today. So isn't this just a beauty? It's just so darn cute. And here we are, another one, a nice belated birthday. So color contour dies on, oh, not on that one. I'm Give It a Whirl dies here using the clouds, but I'll show you all of them in just a second here. And then this adorable little one here. So these were 3 of the cards, and then we're gonna share this one today. We're gonna create this one together. So isn't this cute? Just a little different little slide here. I love it. It just makes me so happy. The turtle, it just makes me smile. All right, and let's look at what products we use today. So the Turtle and Friends stamp set, of course, and the punch. Now, the punch is on back order right now. Back order means you can still order it. So if you would like this, I would order it now before it goes into a not orderable status. So back ordered means you can order it, okay? It'll just get to you when it is ready to ship, which actually I don't think it's that far off. It's a couple weeks, I think. Okay, and then here are the other dies that I used today, just one of them. I used this scalloped contour die, the medium-sized one there. So this is kind of a go-to one. I use this probably almost every week. And look at these dies. So this is what I used for some of the elements for the card. This was my card base. Now, you might be intimidated by this set because you're thinking it has to whirl and you have to do all the twisting and turning if you've seen much made with this one. But the reason I purchased it was just like to get this huge scallop circle, all these elements here, the hearts, the clouds, which I did blue clouds. That doesn't make much sense, but I wanted to keep it all the same color, and this is just what I happened to grab. And this little scallop here, I love that one. A couple different circle sizes, and then there's some cute little arrows. Now, of course, there's so much you can do with this as far as if you want to make it a little whirly card. But for today, I just used some of the elements in here for my cards. So I will just let you keep looking at that a little bit while I pull out everything that I'm making today. Let's just leave those because it's just cute. All right, and so this is the card we're going to create today. I will walk you through it step by step, and I hope that you love it as much as I do. I created this on Saturday, and I was so excited about these 4 cards. Like, I couldn't even sleep Saturday night, and then I couldn't wait for everyone to come over yesterday so that I could share it with them. And then if you ordered a kit in the mail, those went out today, this morning. All right, so look at what we have got here. Let me see. I got to figure out my parts myself. There's lots of little pieces here. And I'm going to make the second card later today because I need to make a full video with all of those cards for those that joined us for the class. All right, so here's that color contour die I cut out right from Designer Series paper. This is from the Pattern Party Hostess Designer Series paper, is what I thought looked really nice with this set. And you know what? I didn't even log in to see anybody watching. I hope I'm in the right spot today. It certainly looks like I am. I need to turn my volume down. There we go. So thank you everybody that is saying hello and good morning. Okay, and so then I have, colors. I didn't talk about colors. Basic black, I got Granny Apple Green, and then this designer series paper. And then what I just love doing is adding this little triangle to the center of my contour die. And this size here that fits this perfectly is a 2.5 by 3.5 piece. So nice and simple to put that. We're gonna do some stamping on that. Yes, I'm trying to think, are we stamping on that? Or are we putting a turtle on that? Or are we blending? We're doing a little bit of both. And so I'm gonna save these other parts for later. There, we gotta add that. And now we have all of the parts that we need. Plus we need a little scratch piece of paper here, and I need to grab a foam mat. I am stamping with photopolymer today, so I do want to use a Stampin' Pierce mat so that I have a little cushion for my stamping. Okay, let's start here. Okay, so this is my inside. I don't need that quite yet. I'm going to start with my turtle. So let's stamp and punch out our turtle first. So I have got this little one here, and I'm going to stamp it in Memento ink because I'm going to be coloring it with my blends today. And we need to do the turtle, and then it's a birthday card. So we are also going to give him a birthday hat. Here's the birthday hat. And I'm gonna believe it or not, I'm gonna fussy cut these out. Okay, so there we go. There's a start. And I hope I did that correct. We're gonna find out. I did, okay. And then last but not least that I need to do on here, I'm trying to think if I need to cut anything else from here. I don't need to cut anything, but I am gonna put this on the inside. So there's two options for the inside of our turtle. We can go with the shell, or there's one that says, it's time to celebrate. So we're gonna go with that one because I just think that's adorable. And I need to kind of bring this over the top so I can see it a little bit better. It nests in there just perfectly. Adorable. And then we are gonna need to do a little coloring and a little stamping on here. Let's just get this out of the way. So let's do all of our stamping first. Then we just have it done. And I'm gonna do some grass because a turtle can't just be floating out in the air. It needs to have a ground. I need to grab the ink pads. My tables are still set up from class yesterday. So if you are already on the VIP list, you got our tutorial Tuesday this morning. Yesterday got a little bit later than I planned. So I did not get tutorial Tuesday out yesterday. In fact, I finished it up like late last night and I thought I better just wait till the morning to send this. And so with that tutorial Tuesday, this week there was 2 tutorials. So if you are not yet on that list, you might want to think about getting yourself on that. I send out a weekly tutorial and then any updated information that's going on in the Stampin' Scrap world as far as classes, events, and things like that. Okay, adding some grass in Granny Apple Green. I have to look at my sample. I kind of went even, kind of not. So it's just, you know, add however much grass you want. Maybe you want 2 rows, okay? And we're gonna do a little blending on that too. So it's not really that important how even it is. Our turtle's gonna cover it a little bit. And then I'm gonna also put my happy birthday sentiment on there right away. I'm losing stuff already. I hardly have anything on my surface and I'm losing things already because it's right in front of me, that's why. Okay, so we're gonna do this also in Memento. And we're gonna just put it right along the bottom. Beautiful. And I'm going to be done, I believe, with my Memento ink. So I will cover that and put it away, as well as the Stampin' Pierce mat. But now we have to do just a little tiny, tiny bit of blending. So I'm gonna blend with, let me pick my colors. I'm gonna go ahead and do Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, and then a little Granny Apple Green. Okay, those are the colors that I'm choosing to blend today. And I'm going to need my blue. I don't know if I have a blue set up. I do. So I happen to have 3 different blender. Well, it's kind of green, but it's going to work for my blue. And I just want a really light, a very light blend for my sky. Like kind of a barely there. So you see that? I like barely touched on it. Just really light. And then I'm going to just go right over the top. Nothing fancy. Just to add a little tiny bit of color to our background. That's all I'm doing for the blue. And I can always go back in after I have them all in and add more color if I want to, if I want it more vibrant. And now I've got Daffodil Delight. Same thing, just very slight. Just real gentle. So it's almost like a pastel. Man, that's looking pretty. And then a little green for the grass. And this one I am gonna do a little bit more vigorously. So I'm gonna get a little more ink on my brush for this one. And we're adding grass. And no two are gonna be alike. They're all gonna be just a little bit different. And that is a-okay. And our turtle's going over the top of this, so don't overthink this part. Now see, if I wanted to add a little more yellow in there, I can go right over the top. So this one is going to end up a little bit darker than my sample one, but it's so pretty. Okay, I better stop. See, I just love blending. It's so much fun. So let's go ahead and move those out of the way. We're done with the ink pads, but we have a little tiny bit of coloring to do. So on this first turtle, for this card, I'm gonna just color it in an ivory. And I'm gonna outline it, no fancy coloring here, just regular basic coloring. So you don't have to be an expert to have beautiful cards when you're using the blends. You know, this is really good for practicing using your blends because you can do a little shading if you'd like to, but to keep it nice and simple today, I'm just going to color it in with one color. Now that I've got the outline, I'll bring in the brush side. So I've got the fine tip side here. And I will move to this side over here to finish coloring it in. And so the Memento ink is the ink that you want to use when you're coloring with the blends. It'll make it so that the black here does not bleed into the coloring. And that finishes my little turtle. He is so cute. And then I did end up having to, I'm not really sure why, I wanted a finer tip. So I used my Stampin' Write for my hat too. So you can use either. And I wanted to have a nice bright coloring. So that was real red. I've got a little Bermuda Bay because I'm coordinating. See, there's a nice fine tip here. I'm coordinating with my designer series paper because I wanted to make sure it kind of all tied in together. And then I've got the yellow. So nice, bright birthday card. We're gonna do some pumpkin pie. I don't know, I must not have had a Stampin' Write pumpkin pie because my blend is here. So I am just mixing and matching today. It doesn't really matter what you use. And then let's add some green. And I don't know that I have it on my sample, but it's in the bin here. So that must mean we should add a little bit of Wink of Stella. And speaking of that, oh my, I forgot last week. So last week I was telling you that I had a tip for making your paper glimmer paper. So like when we run out, like right now, I think I need a new Wink of Stella. The black glimmer paper is on back order. So, you know, obviously we can't get it, but we still need a little sparkle in our life. I need to find one that's newer. We used it for a lot of cards yesterday, so it must have got all used up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you want to make, let's just say, I'm going to just do this before I do anything else because I don't want to forget. So maybe we wanted to make this glimmer paper in the background. So all you have to do, take your Wink of Stella, Okay, I'm not gonna do a perfect job here because, you know, I don't want to take all your time with you watching me color to make glitter paper, although it is pretty darn fun. So all you have to do is take your Wink of Stella, outline your paper, and there you have it. You have got glimmer paper. Now, is it quite as nice as the, you know, the really fancy stuff that's on back order right now? Maybe not, but it's definitely a great alternative. And I did this, I can show you nice and close up too. So that is the option for glimmer paper. And I can show you, let me see if I have the sample here. If it shows on there, I did that on this little scallop circle. It's a nice little touch to that. So we got our turtle all sparkled up. Now we just have to punch him out. Or her, I don't know. I guess I'm calling him him. I should have named the turtle. And I'm going to do that. And now the hat, it's a nice, simple, fussy cut. So we'll grab our paper snips. And just easy as can be. Let's see, I'm gonna trim that down. It'll make it easier. I grabbed kind of a large piece of paper. I'm sure I have some white scraps around here, but in a pinch, before I started, I thought, that's right, I need something to punch that turtle out. So I just quick grabbed a sheet. I didn't bother opening the drawer, which was probably right next to it, where my scraps are, that I could have just grabbed one, but that's okay. Not like I won't use more white paper at some point. So this is gonna be trouble. I could see me losing that as we go. Maybe that wasn't a good idea to cut that out yet. I maybe should have waited until I was ready to assemble. So I'll look in the comments if when it gets to that point I'm losing it, say top left, top left. All right, so now let's start building this up. So when I looked at the Give It a Whirl dies, I really got them for all the elements. I think I said that at the beginning. I really got them for the hearts, and I loved this scallop and the clouds. And so that's what I'm looking into because, again, I pretty much do simple stamping. I don't get into too many, you know, crazy moving part cards. But I really like these elements. Now, after working with them, I'm pretty sure, and cutting them out for, you know, a couple of days as I was working on this class, I'm pretty sure I'm ready to give it a whirl and actually make the spinning card. I should show you one of those at the end. If I think of it, I'll grab one of the spinning cards at the end that you can see in motion. I did not make it, a friend did. But I still wanted to use a lot of the elements of the card. So this I'm gonna use for my base, or I mean the base is basic black, and then I'm gonna use this for my second layer. And what's gonna happen is, we're gonna leave this side open because look at this, that's gonna be our, like the part that comes out that we write our sentiment on. And so let's flip this upside down. I am using adhesive strips. Now, you could get by with just using dimensionals, but what I like about these adhesive strips are they are just enough height higher to give you nice clearance to have that piece slide in and out quite easily. So dimensionals will work okay, but they're not quite as tall. It's just like a very, very slight difference. So of course I need to leave that spot open. I just basically need to get a piece over here so that it doesn't fall through the other side. So I can go ahead and put that into place. So I'm not sure if the camera is showing it, but you'll see on these parts, and that's why as I use this die, I realized how easy it actually would be to give it a whirl because they have like the score lines, they've got the little center. I should grab that. Otherwise, you're probably wondering what I'm talking about. Let me get that card. And it happens to be a Halloween card, and Halloween is this weekend, so what a perfect time to share this card again. So this is a card that was gifted to me by Gail Connolly, and she used the Give It a Whirl to its full potential. So one of those circles cuts out here. There's some stitching around the edge, but this is what it can do, that large die. Here, let's bring this in. So this one here, that's what's making this turn. This little, right here is a little circle, or is that hole where you can put like a brad through it, so then it'll turn. Okay, so you can really see how that can come together. But I'm just using the front here and the heart and some other elements. So that's how you can really give it a whirl if you'd like to with this. But if that intimidates you, you're not ready for that yet, go with this idea. Okay, so let's put this together, but we need to add some ribbon. So I am going to put my crinkled seam ribbon. I like this ribbon because it looks like I need to trim just a little bit off of that. Okay, and so what I like about this ribbon is it's forgiving tying a bow for one, but it's a little floppy and it's just, you know, nice and loose and fluffy. So it makes a good bow because I wanted to have something that was a little bit larger on here, but also easy to work with. And let's tie a nice bow on this side. You see, I just put a glue dot down. That's going to give me a little leverage here when I'm ready to tie the bow. So I've got that part where I'm putting the knot. I'm gonna press down onto the glue dot. See, now it's not moving. So it's so much easier to tie a bow when your base isn't moving. And then I'm gonna tie kind of to the right so that it's kind of flipping up this way. I don't want it straight. And my sample, is a little larger, but this one will work too. And I'm just gonna trim off this a little bit. And then we'll adhere this to the base. So I did just cut that right out of that designer series paper from the Pattern Party Hostess paper. I did put basic instructions in the headline here. So, or not instructions, basic supply list. So if you're wondering anything that I'm using, just check it out there. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm gonna put this one up on dimensionals. And then we get to add our turtle, and you'll just see how cute this is. I mean, you did because I showed you the sample, but something about it just is so much fun. Animals just make my heart happy. So this is a great kids card. Look at that. You could add any animal right now. So, you know, you could do this layout with any of the animals. Let me think of some of the other ones that we've done. Ooh, the chicken would look cute on there too. Okay, so maybe I should have, good thing, I always have these little minis here. So I'm gonna put a mini on the hat. And then I'll use the regular size for my turtle. It's nice to have both around. And one more, why not? If you have them, use them. And let's go ahead and adhere my turtle to the ground. He's just walking around, ready to celebrate. And the hat. Oh my goodness, isn't that adorable? But now we just need to add a little bit of decoration for our inside, and we gotta let people know how to open it. Because if I just slide this in here, people might not have any idea, excuse me, how to open this card. They might, you know, they're gonna try to, turn it. They're not gonna know to pull this part out. So what I did was to add some decoration to it and pull in just a little bit more color. I just have a 1-inch strip I'm going to put on here on the side. And then I took another strip. This is 1 inch by 3. And all I'm going to do is fold it in half. And I didn't bring a bone fold over because I didn't have a crease. That's okay. I think that's going to stay just fine. And then because it's 1 by 3, it's going to stick out about a 1/2 inch is how that works out. And so all I have to do is put a little adhesive on each edge. And I know that it'll stick out enough as long as I line it up right there because it's 1 by 3. And because, we want to pull in the heart one more time, we'll put the heart right there in the center of that. And that is going to finish off our card today. I'll bring in both samples. I'll take a peek at the comments, see if there's any questions or anybody has anything exciting that they want to talk about. I thought of something, let me see. I shared this in one of my stories. So check this out. I should be sharing these more often. So make sure to check out my Instagram stories. So if you just search Tammy Nelson, I think I come up on Instagram. I've been sharing these on my stories, or actually I shared one today, but I'm going to share more of them. My good friend Sonia gave me this a couple of years ago. It's a jar full of inspirational quotes. So I thought I should share those with you because they're quite fun. Every once in a while I pull one out, and I thought you guys would all enjoy them too. So I'm sharing those on my Instagram story, and I would love to hear what you have to say about them if you like them, and if you'd like me to continue sharing them, because I just think it's so much fun. So anyways, let me put this together. So that's just my little tidbit for today. Didn't really have anything to do with what I'm talking about, but again, that's over on Instagram. I share some stuff like that. And here we have it. Those are the cutest cards I think I have seen in a long time, maybe since the sheep card that we made. And I played this one off of a sheep card I made quite a while ago. So if you are looking for this layout, look on my YouTube. There's a sheep card that has the same layout. Maybe you have that set from Celebration and you're looking for some ideas. Replace the turtle with a sheep and you have got just a great, great card. All right, so there you have it. My Turtle and Friends bundle cards for this wonderful October 27th. And we will be back live next week. Can you believe it, everybody? It is going to be November. It's going to be November 3rd for our next Facebook Live. I can't even believe that it's already that time of the year. So anyways, I think that's going to do it for me today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here next week. See you later.